People tell me they have this wonderful dog, but there's a couple of things that dog does that drives them crazy. And one of the behaviors may be that their dog jumps on people. And they don't mean anything bad, but it's just overwhelming. Is this you with your dog too? Would you like to learn how to help your dog learn to greet people more politely? Is this who greets you when you come to the front door? Or when guests come over? Is this what they act like? They're adorable, right? But, you know, it can be annoying, maybe even embarrassing when guests come over, or when you're on your walks, when they're pulling towards other people and dogs. It can be a little frustrating. So, pet parents have told me that it would be amazing if they could come in the house without their dogs jumping on them. Have guests over, without their dogs leaving paw prints on their guests' clothing, or even knocking someone over. And again, on your walks, if they're pulling to reach someone, or as you're walking past someone, they jump up on them. Ugh, how embarrassing, right? You're apologizing and you're trying to move them along, pull them along. So, how about a mini course to cover this topic for you? So I did a poll a couple weeks ago, and I was asking what kind of behaviors would you like, some help with? Because, like I said in the beginning, there are some people who say they don't need to take a whole course, whether it's private, course with me or any of my group classes, but they have a couple of topics, a couple of issues that they really want to focus on. So these were the three main ones, and jumping on people was actually one of the top ones. So I decided to do a mini course, and I'm going to start with jumping on people first, and thereafter I will create the other two. And right now, this will be offered in person as a group class in Costa Mesa. Soon thereafter, I will have a self-study online version for those that may not be in my area. But, if your dog is one of those dogs that's absolutely wonderful, except for maybe one of these issues, come join me. In the course, I will be covering, why dogs jump, and I will work with you on teaching them how to greet politely, whether it's you when you come home, or guests that come over, or on your walks when you happen to pass people. You don't want them to be pulling you towards people and jumping on them, even though it may be for, a greeting to say hello, I love you. Now, the next three items here that's listed, you may not realize it, but this is the meat of the course in reality. You want to teach them the mechanics, right? Of maybe sitting next to you, and then maybe teaching them to go say hello on cue, things like that, mechanics. But overall, the big picture that you need to cover with your dog is to teach them calmness. these skills to self-regulate. And the second thing is about teaching them that not everything's exciting. Some things you can just look at and disengage, walk past, not have to go run up to them. So these are like important skills in addition to the behaviors, the Greek politing, the sitting, going to say hello to someone on cue instead of running up to them. And lastly, I will also be covering management, environmental management, because in the beginning, you know what? The skills will come, but in the beginning, to prevent them from continuing the unwanted behavior, you may have to set up some management to help them be a better greeter. Okay, so this is what I'll be covering in the class. Now, like I mentioned, it's a group class in Costa Mesa, and I'm going to be covering this in 2 sessions. Now, you can always come back later for additional sessions if you wanted to, but I will be able to cover these 5 topics in those 2 sessions for you, and for you to go and practice them after the 2 sessions. And so for this mini course, I will be offering it for $99 in the Costa Mesa facility. Now, if you're interested in learning more about this, the stop jumping mini course, let me know. In the comments, you can either say stop jumping or say I'm interested, or you know what, you can call me at 714-794-9625, a local number here in Costa Mesa, to learn more about this program. Well, thank you for joining me for my Training Tip Tuesday, and I really look forward to talking to you and meeting you in this first mini course.